Nicole, in this game, something Coach Malone said that his takeaway that was positive is how the team continued to fight throughout. How did you see that?
Uh, they shoot the ball pretty well. I mean, that's what we do even without Anderson and Gordon. I think it's not about the game plan. I mean, yes, we were down, we were in the zone. It's maybe a mistake, maybe not, but we still had 36 points of turnovers. So I mean, that's not a game plan. That's just traditional defense. They shoot the ball really good. We needed to adapt on that. We had too much turnovers. I think in defense, in offense, we didn't execute good. So I think we fight. That's a good thing. We didn't give up, but I think we can and we will do better next time.
Speaking of fight, you went down with that ankle and were able to get back in the game. How's it feeling?
Uh, I don't know. Now it's really now I feel like pain, probably because it's cold and my adrenaline fell down. But I just didn't want to leave my team right there by themselves. So I just wanted to go there, be as a support or on a court, whatever, just to be there.
What happened when you were going up for that rebound? Did you just come down on it strange?
I know. I think I rebound and then I jump one more time. I don't know why, and then I twist my ankle. So that's what I remember. So maybe it's fault.
You also spoke of adjustments. Coach Malone talked about kind of owning up to the pick and roll and adjusting it there in the second half. How do you think that helped?
I mean, after that they made a couple threes. Maybe because they were in the game, so they made of course some kind of easy shots, and they made some then after that some tough shots. But I think I like when we are aggressive. So maybe we made mistake or whatever, but we are aggressive, so that's a good thing.
For you tonight, was there a part of the game that you missed Paul the most?
Uh, I didn't think about it. Now, if I think yes, because he's the all-star player. But when I'm on the court, I don't think about that. So whoever is in the court, I'm gonna support him or help him, whatever. So
You twisted the ankle. Was it? Did you feel it was a really significant injury, or did you think I can bounce back from that?
when I start first feeling, I feel but that's why I fell down because I kind of feel really bad. And then after, when I start walking a little bit, probably start working again. Didn't feel that much, but now I feel a little bit more. I will come back quick as possible. I mean, our medical team doing really good job. I mean, I don't know how many players miss game.
With Wilson, with Wilson shifting to the four and Will obviously starting again, just that type of starting lineup. Just how does that change things, for you guys, or what type of
I think if you start thinking about that, who is on the floor, we're not going to be. I mean, who cares? Not who cares, but you just adapt and play who is on the court. I mean, for me, it doesn't really mean who is like a starting unit or whatever. I think I played the best when I came on the bench, so I think that's who is starting or whatever doesn't mean a lot.
It's a rough night, but number one team in the NBA. What positives can you take out of this one, if any?
I'll give our guys credit for not turning over. We kept competing. They shot the lights out in the first half, but we came back. Our starters started off 10-0 in the second, and then I thought our bench guys like Malik played really well and gave us a lift. And that's not always easy to do when you're not playing for a win. There's you got to keep going, and that's what we did.
Coach Malone spoke of you, Malik, and Wancho towards the end of that fourth. How did you see Malik and Wancho and all of you guys continue to find that rhythm and step up?
Yeah, why? More so than rhythm, it's just competing at that point. I just looked at the box and saw Malik was plus 17. I mean, that's amazing. So, our guys are appreciating minutes and earning coaches' trust with how they play them.
Any thoughts when Nikola was able to check back in that game? A bit of a sigh of relief?
Yeah, for sure. He was playing so well, and he really was giving them problems inside. So just to know that he was healthy and for him to come back out shows toughness on his part.
Finally, when you guys are facing a team that offensively can do all that they can do, what are you telling yourself defensively to continue and step it up throughout this game?
Yeah, well, we made some in-game adjustments, and I think that's what led to the better play in the second half. But like I said, the first half they just hit so many it was an uphill battle all night.
Yeah, Coach mentioned that you guys changed kind of how you were playing pick and rolls, and he took the blame for it and said, hey, I should have trusted what we were doing for 17 games because it was working.
Yeah, no, he did, and, you know, he made the adjustment. And, you know, sometimes in games like that, that's the first time we play him this season. In the game, you gotta take something from it. So now they have a strategy going into the next time we play him, but you got to get something out of the time on the floor, and I think we did tonight.
Where'd you guys most miss Paul tonight? That's probably a very layered question, but
yeah, I think offensively, the defense, look, they hit shots like that. There's not much you can do. I don't know if he would have matched up with Ariza or not, but I think offensively, having another guy that we can put the ball in his hands and get some movement, get some guys cutting, get some more passing. I thought tonight we tried to drive the defense a lot, and it's really tough to beat them off the drive.
So what can you take from today? Because, again, you're going to have to move forward with him for a while now.
Yeah, like you guys talked about, Coach making the adjustment. I think that's something we look at and we say, hey, this worked in the second half. Maybe we start the game with that next time. But, there's not much to take going into the Memphis game. You just got to take this and learn from it when we play them again.
Thanks, Mason.
Thanks, Mason.
And that first half did not go our way. But what I like about our guys is, small victories. And the challenge was to come out at halftime and win the third quarter. I thought our starting group came out. We get up 10-0 in that third quarter, force them to call the first timeout, and we win that third quarter. Our next goal was to win the fourth quarter. And after being down 13-0 to start that fourth quarter, guys like Malik and Wancho and Trey and Emmanuel and Mason, they go out there and they win the fourth quarter. So even though it was a tough loss, we got down by as many as 48 points, which is what you never want. I'm just proud of the fact that we didn't roll over, we didn't quit, we didn't, let go of the rope. Guys had some competitive pride, kept on playing, and I was proud of our guys for that.
What was your message at the half to go out there and then win that third quarter?
It was simple. Hey, listen, they're a good team. Let's go back to doing what we do, and let's go out there and let them know that we're not going to roll over. We're going to play this team again. And I think it's really important that they know that with our starting group that we can compete and we can, make them uncomfortable. And obviously I think without Eric Gordon tonight, Ryan Anderson, James Harden, Luke Mbamute, Trevor Ariza, Chris Paul, they had a lot of guys step up. So I have to do a better job in preparing our guys and getting our guys ready. But the message was simple, Ali, compete. All right, and every huddle that we brought in that second half was 1, 2, 3, compete. I don't want anybody feeling sorry for themselves or rolling over, and I didn't see that.
You speak of Chris Paul before the game and how much of a competitor he is. What did he add to this team tonight?
Oh, I mean, you got one of the best point guards in the last 20 years on that team, and you add that to a guy in James Harden who was arguably the MVP last year. Obviously right behind Russell Westbrook. So you have a floor leader, a competitor, a guy who is going to make all of his teammates better, and obviously who can also score and make plays for himself. And obviously I think that's a great addition for this team. And people were worried after their first game of the season, can they play together, Chris Paul and James Harden? They're going to be fine. Trust me, Chris will make sure he does whatever he has to help James and this team win as many games as possible.
You started Wilson tonight and Will Barton as well. Just kind of what went into your thought process as far as going with that starting group and then the big man rotation behind
it was simple. Nikola's our guy, and they play so much small ball and three-point line that I want to use Wilson Chandler out there and try to switch as many of the small pick and rolls as possible. And Wilson's very comfortable playing a four. He did it a lot for us last year. So it was really a simple idea for us to obviously put Wilson Chandler out there, and Will Barton. I mean, he's a hell of a player, and we can't afford to just bring him off the bench when we're undermanned. Let him play. He never gets tired. And obviously tonight didn't go our way, but we have to get ready for Memphis coming into our place on Friday night.
How big a sigh of relief was it to get Jokic coming on back and playing again?
Yeah, I was really worried. Obviously I'm thinking about Paul Millsap back in Denver, and then obviously to see Nikola go down like that, having no idea how serious it was going to be. And you can tell the competitor that he is. He comes back, he gets it retaped, and he comes back and says, "Coach, put me back in. I want to play. I want to try it." And we're getting our ass kicked. And he could have easily have said, "I'm going to hang out in the back and watch this with my feet in a cold tub," but he wanted to get back out there. So, Allie's question earlier: are there any positives? There are positives. And I think it's important, as I told our players, you always have to find a positive in a negative situation. Tough loss. We got embarrassed for portions of the game, but I love the fact that we didn't quit. We kept competing, and that's going to help us moving forward.
Are there pick and roll lessons defensively to be learned here tonight, or how do you view that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'll go back and watch the film. One thing I told our guys, we have done things a certain way for 17 games, and we went into this game and we changed, and that's on me. And obviously with no Gordon and no Anderson, that was a big part of the reason we made those changes, and now they don't play. And so we made a change after 17 games, and that's poor coaching by me because I didn't trust what we've been doing for 17 games. You know, I reacted before it was an issue, and I think that put our guys in a tough spot defensively, and I own that to our team. You know, I have to do a better job, and it's a valuable lesson for me to learn.
Where did you guys most miss Paul tonight, if you had to pinpoint a couple areas?
I would say his offense. Obviously, you know, we couldn't score. You know, we had a hard time scoring the ball. You know, 17 points in the first quarter, 23 in the second quarter. So he missed his offense. And then obviously, you know, defensively, he's a good defender. He communicates, and he has great discipline and anticipation. So I think when you have a guy like Paul Millsap, you miss him. The guys miss him being there, gaining confidence from being on the floor with Paul Millsap. And when things aren't going your way, you don't have that four-time All-Star. You know, other guys have to step up. So I think we miss Paul in every way possible. But let's be honest, Paul's going to be out for a while. So we better get used to playing without Paul Millsap. And we're going to need guys to step up. And I think they will. Hey, let's be honest, this is a really good basketball team. They're the best team in the NBA right now. So I'll give them a lot of credit. They're a heck of a team. And we'll use this as a learning experience for next time we play them.
This has been such a bizarre road trip in a lot of ways. Are you kind of ready to just go home, or do you take stuff away from this to then move forward, or how do you just sort of view the last 4 days?
Yeah, I mean, it's life in the NBA. I mean, this is, you know, the NBA is a up and down season. You know, you're highest to the highs one day, and the next day could be lowest to the lows. Obviously, it's been an emotional trip. You lose one of your best players for an extended period of time, and then you're going home after a real tough loss. You know, but we're going home together, we're going home united, and we're going home with a great belief that we're heading in the right direction. And that starts, obviously, on Friday night against Memphis. We've done a great job of protecting our home court, and we have to continue to do so.